Glezellis, coming from Boston, Massachusetts, and recent graduate. Actually graduated about a year ago with a business management degree. So searching for full-time employment along with everyone else, and also work for a few publishers in the industry, Model Airplane News and Model Aviation, and recently did a DVD with Air Age Media. This year, of course, we're at the 2010 Extreme Flight Championships, and I want to definitely thank Frank Knoll, all the event coordinators who made this event happen. It's an awesome time, and been coming here since about 2003. I'd also like to thank my sponsors for their support over the years, which include JR, Desert Aircraft, amongst many others. My parents for their support, because without them it wouldn't be possible, and also my girlfriend. She's actually calling for me this weekend. And with that said, I actually want to talk a little bit about my past. My father got me involved in this hobby. Started flying when I was 6 years old. He taught me how to fly with the trainer months back in the early 1990s. And from there progressed on, and we actually took a family trip to Las Vegas. And that's where we saw the Tournament of the Champions. And that's how I got interested in the precision side and the competition aspect of the hobby.
So you were already flying at that point?
At that point, correct. And right after 1994, that's when I first started competing, was in 1995. After seeing like Kike Somanzini, Christophe Saint-Leroux, all the international superstars and American champion pilots alike, at that point we saw where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do in the future.
Cool. So today you're here flying. How's it going so far?
So far the event's going really well. We're in second place as of yesterday's standings. Equipment's working well, and having a great time.
Yeah, good. So what are you flying now?
For the airplane, I'm flying a Thunder Tiger Extra 260. It's 40% scale. It's powered with the Desert Aircraft 170cc engine and JR guidance.
Okay. Any major change-ups on the equipment this year?
Equipment, no, it's pretty much the same as last year, except we dropped a few pounds in the airframe. Yep. We actually went from tune pipes, which we used last year, went to stock mufflers, and also dropped using direct voltage now.
So motor technology just allowed you to get the extra horsepower without having to have a tuned pipe? Is that how you got away from it?
This airplane just wanted to drop weight.
Just wanted to drop weight.
And actually the airplane's interesting. It has the same acceleration with mufflers as it did with tune pipes, but we dropped a few pounds.
Really?
So put on a little bit of a diet.
That's funny, yeah. Big difference in the handling?
It did.
Yeah.
I mean, it helps out. Of
course, I imagine a couple pounds makes a huge difference when you're flying at those kind of speeds.
You always want the lightest airframe possible. And it's neat too with servo technology using direct voltage. I'm using a 2-cell lithium polymer pack 4000 from JR, direct into the receiver and into the servos.
Straight through.
So
yeah, you got real fast response time.
Very fast response, and also importantly, you avoid one possible point of failure.
Yeah. Yep.
So we've had that happen in the past. We've learned the hard way.
Yeah. As far as flying anything on your own time, other than what you compete with, what's your flying habits? What do you enjoy taking up in the air when you got some spare time?
Everything. Everything. I mean, actually, about a month ago, a little bit more than a month ago, with Top Gun, I borrowed an airplane from Frank Tiano with the Sky Raider. So enjoy the scale aspect of it as well. I mean, anything that flies, really.
Play around with electrics much?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Actually went to the Electric Tournament of Champions and competed. I think that was in 2004. It was the first time they did that event.
Yeah.
And that's a lot to be learned there.
What were you flying?
There I flew, it was a Superstar shock flyer from Martin Mueller, and he was actually pretty much, in my opinion, the father of electric flight for the indoor foamies.
Yeah. Yep. So 3D and electrical arena on a very small scale still is enjoyable for you?
It really is. It's also neat with variable pitch flight, what you can do with an airplane at that point.
Yeah. When you went from recreational flying over to pro level flying, what was the thing that allowed you to get into that mode, I guess, from your flying skill, from your mindset, and just to mature your abilities? Was it the equipment? Was it just you reaching a confidence level, or what was the big drive for you to be able to get over that? Or maybe it was a smooth transition, it was very linear and you were able to go for
It was a relatively smooth transition, but I mean, it was definitely the support of my father.
Okay.
Because I mean, when I first started flying, I mean, I'm only 26 now, so I've always had my parents' support.
Right.
So, I mean, it takes a big financial sacrifice to do something like this. And I mean, back then when I first started flying giant scale, I was only 11, 12 years old, so in middle school. So it's definitely his support because he was involved in it, so saw what he was doing and used that as my mentor, essentially.
A lot of buddy box time with Dad?
Yeah, and a lot of time stealing the transmitter.
Yeah. Take it quick.
You'll have to, yeah. I mean, we started off, of course, I'd fly his airplanes for a little bit, and then progressively kept changing. I mean, I would maybe borrow his airplane when he was flying for 5 minutes or so out of a 10-minute flight, and kept increasing that time. And over time, he actually stopped flying for a little while, just to help me. Because to do an event like this, you need a lot of support. It's difficult to me preparing 2 giant scale airplanes, the maintenance on both airplanes, making sure both of them perform the same. Takes a lot
when
of
you've
time.
been flying giants a lot and you go back to smaller scale, it's probably a reaction time a change up for you, isn't it? Like,
a little different. I mean, it takes a little, basically a flight or so to get back in the zone for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting flying like a 45-pound warbird that only has a 100-inch wingspan. It's a lot different than flying, I mean, a giant scale airplane or a aerobatic airplane. It's 120 inches. Completely different setting in the wing loading arena.
Right.
So
landing pattern's much different.
A lot different.
They don't want to.
Warbirds don't glide.
No. All right, that's pretty much it. Thanks a lot. Good
Appreciate
luck in tomorrow's, I guess, final.
Thank you.